Solo Talk, let's talk these ideas. Red Solo Talk, let's talk these ideas. Red Solo Talk.
Welcome to the Red Solo Talk podcast. The opinions shared here, purely those of hosts and guests, are intended for entertainment only and shouldn't be considered professional advice. The content is based on our hangouts and doesn't necessarily represent any other individuals' or organizations' views. By listening, you agree that the Red Solo Talk podcast and its affiliates bear no liability for any impact from your use or interpretation of the information presented. Listener discretion is advised.
Hit you in your chest.
Kick me right in my chest. God damn.
Well, without further ado,
hey, we back at it again.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Slightly different format.
Yes.
This is welcome to Red Solo Nation, and this is Cigar Time.
First ever episode of Cigar Time with co-host
Audio Jones. And the host that know the most,
Manny.
El Fuerte.
Joining us today, we got SV in the house.
How you doing?
Yes, sir.
So-
yes, sir.
You've done this a few times now. I don't know if anything's been published yet because we got a million things in the lost tapes in the what is it called? The back room cutting room floor.
Cutting room floor.
Archives.
We got to bring it up to you guys, but it cannot be called Cigar Time without having a cigar. And this time we have Baccarat, 1871. Dolce Far Niente.
I heard Drake say that in a song.
What? Baccarat?
Baccarat.
Cigar? Baccarat's also the glass too.
Oh, so I don't know what he was referring to, but in the song he says Baccarat.
But the story behind these cigars is, again, I've touched this a million times, but you know, my job puts me in contact with the 1% of the 1%, and one of these millionaires learned that I am, recently trying to dabble in the cigar world.
Sure.
So he went into his humidor and took a bunch of his personal collection and gave me a bunch of Cuban cigars, a bunch of Cuban cigars, and these aren't Cubans, but
Yeah.
he also included, this was the only one that he gave me double of, so I figured we would smoke the same thing.
Oh my God. You know what? I'm so thankful you work there.
Yeah, so I'm always intrigued by when money is not an issue, when your money supply is unlimited, that you can have whatever you want and it's just purely preference. I'm always curious, like what is that you choose? So that's why I'm most intrigued about tasting anything that they give me,
No, of course, man. Because now that you say it, I'm pretty sure that nigga talking about them cigars, man.
Yeah, and it's not always hit. It's not always a hit. Like they've given me stuff that I'm like, man,
It's like an acquired taste.
No. I'm saying like they've given me food, for example, that's like I wouldn't buy. I wouldn't eat this now, let alone if I'm a millionaire.
Doesn't matter, the cost.
Exactly.
Right,
But one of the things I like about cigars, since this is our first cigar time, is it enhances the flavor of everything. So we are drinking some whiskey that we've touched on before on Red Solo Talk.
That's right.
But I'm very interested in how it's going to change the flavor.
You know what? For old time's sake, for this segment of Cigar Talk, we're doing a bourbon. It's Bullet. We've definitely introduced this on the show. A really good, bold bourbon, very smoky. If you're looking for something middle shelf that's quality, Bullet.
So as a taste test, what we can do is take a sip now and then light the cigars, take another sip and see how it changes.
Now, I do want to preface this. We saying this is the first episode.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But we have one that probably ain't gonna make it. It probably will.
It'll be a Red Solo Nation Cigar Time lost tape.
Lost tape, exactly. That's a theme we got here at Red Solo Talk. But that was my first time. You kind of gave me the instructions. I'm letting you know. I'm
blind leading's the blind. So I barely know anything about cigars. Audio really doesn't know much about cigars.
Really
SV, you said that you've smoked in the past, but
Yeah.
but not all the time. You're not a.
No, I mean I have a couple of cigars that I rocked with before, but I'm more of a cannabis consumer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I found a recent cigar lounge that I'm trying to get audio to go, but he sucks. He never shows up. I'll try to get you to go. Try to get all of us to go.
I do that. If you ever went to Smoke on the Water in Weston, I go over there every once in a while. It's a pretty dope spot.
Okay, I gotta try that one. Yeah. So without further ado, I'm a light mind.
All right, I'm gonna do my best to follow him. Oh man, it's because it's too many things at one time.
I failed. I think the torch is better.
Just keep spinning it slowly. Okay. Pause.
You can tell we don't know what we're doing, but everything's a learning curve. So you're going to see this cigar. Yeah, this Cigar Time 1, but by Cigar Time 100, we're going to be experts in this bitch.
By the next episode, I'm going to have this shit down pat. I was a little intimidated with the process. Mind you, by nature, I'm a drinker, not a smoker.
This is supposed to be Rick Ross Radio. I don't know how this is Rick Ross Radio. I don't know what happened here, but
you want the torch?
No, I'm good. I'm already there. You want a fully lit cherry?
I think I inhaled, nigga.
You don't want to do that. And you inhale because to me it feels like almost like you got electrocuted.
And that's what's harder about me smoking cigars, because it's opposite. When you're smoking cannabis, you inhaling. Yeah. So when you in the cigars, for me, it's a little bit hard to remember. Oh, don't inhale.
That's a very good point. The first time I inhaled a cigar by accident, I was walking with my girl in Key West, and it's our anniversary, celebrating our anniversary. Shout out to my guardian angel. And I made the mistake.
I won't put the name, huh? We'll bleep it out. Shout out you.
I made the mistake. Usually I'm smoking a cigar like this, just chilling, sitting back, relaxing. And we were walking through Key West smoking, and I made the mistake of, I just mistimed my breathing and walking and the timing. And I took the draw, I drew the cigar, and then I needed to breathe. Like my body needed air. So I inhaled it, and oh man, I was this close to throwing up right there in front of everybody. But I held it together somehow, some way. And yeah,
I gotta keep reminding myself not to inhale. It's a natural urge to want to like inhale, because if I do smoke, I am smoking
Zaza.
the Zaza,
the Rasta, meeting the Rasta gods. But this wasn't even that. It wasn't that plan. This was just gonna be off the record.
This was a
cigar
kind
time.
of freestyle type of thing.
And I was in the mood for storytelling. I figured like it'll be interesting. Just tell stories, get to know each other better, tell stories. So I brought a goodie bag with a bunch of things, and I found something in mi casa that I want to give to audio, and I want to see what stories this brings up. What can you tell us about this? What does this mean to you?
Look at what you found. Oh Lord, what is it? Oh wow, it's my employee badge and my employee ID badge. You know who would know? Who know exactly what this is? The shadow coach.
Oh,
because this is where I met him at.
You see, I had a feeling there was gonna be some story. So shout out to Shadow Coach. Can't wait to see you back on Red Solo Talk. So what was that?
So back in the day when I was doing when I was a professional customer service guy, one of the jobs that I held for a very long time was at a business called Alorica. Like if you're down here, it used to be like PRC. So it's like one of your first stops when you get into customer service and working in a call center. And this shit was like high school. It's insane, It was one hell of an experience. I spent some time there, and yeah, man, I got in there, I did what I did, and I fucking left that shit because it was every job I got, I knew I was leaving. And but yeah, that's actually where I met homeboy, and I guess that's where I left my impression, because I would go there and I would like talk to nobody, and I would just go in my corner and I'm like, I'm here for the hours, I'm gonna do my hours, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. But Alorica, You know, if y'all to all my past co-employees or co-workers, y'all know what time it is, man.
So you forgot about that.
Wow.
brought back.
Nigga, that's like,
and you look different too.
That's like 2015, bro. That's years ago. That's legit, like 2015, 2016. Damn, man. I got history at your house, bro.
Yeah, so I wanted to
okay.
I'm trying to reunite you with your past there.
Yeah. Oh well, he doesn't let me forget. It's like every time we talk, he was like, you know, remember Lord? I was like, yeah.
For real?
We talked about it yesterday.
I have one other goodie bag.
Hey.
One other Easter egg in my goodie bag. So Elon Musk. You familiar with Elon Musk? Elon Musk, I don't know how he does. I don't know how he finds time to do it. That would be a very interesting interview to do one day. He has SpaceX, Tesla, Twitter now. What else?
I heard he's got like a problem with the lawyer. Got like forced into buying Twitter or something. It was a headline. I don't usually pay attention to headlines.
Yeah, there was something about like, yeah, I almost did it. There was something about fraud or something. But no, he also has the Boring Company. You heard of the Boring Company?
No.
So the Boring Company is...
I like boring. It means safe.
The Boring Company is his company that digs tunnels. He digs tunnel in Vegas and California. And one of the things that he does for fundraising is he sells like interesting products. For example, famously, this is not a flamethrower.
Side note, this sounds like your Guardian Angels playlist.
I know, so I can't control it. I'm trying to play Rick Ross radio. It keeps going to country.
I didn't know he did so many country cuts.
Yeah,
carry on.
No, so the flamethrower comes out. I think it was 20,000 flamethrowers made, or not a flamethrower made, and they also then now you can buy them on eBay, and for a crazy amount of money. So I'm pretty hip to when things happen online before most people are.
Okay.
So I have a very well thought out, curated Twitter feed.
Okay.
That I've worked on over the years. So I get pretty decent news before most people. Anyways, so the Boring Company created a fragrance. Do you know the name of the fragrance? Called Burnt Hair.
Okay. Oh, you bought me some? Oh.
So I thought about it. I said, hey, you know, this thing's gonna sell out. Everything that Boring Company sells out, and there could be some resale value. So I wanted to buy it before it sold out, which I was able to acquire. And this was like a year ago, 9 months ago. And it finally came in the mail. And sure enough, the markup price is anywhere from 100 to 900% markup.
Okay.
And then I thought about it. I said, you know what? I could try to make a profit off of this, or I could do it for the pod. And I could bring it here.
You're always doing it for the content,
I was like, no, fuck it. Instead of trying to make money off of it,
my nigga.
let me bring Burnt Hair and do a live smelling. Because this just came out. Like, this is just... And do a live reaction.
Oh, so we gonna actually get the
do a live reaction of
to
what
Elon Musk
burnt hair
fragrance. I'm very interested because I think I know what burnt hair smell like. It smells like burnt hair.
I definitely know what it smells like.
You're familiar with hair because this is the segue I was talking about.
You're right. This nigga's good. Even in these segments, he's good.
Exactly. Because you are a
barber,
and you recently been working on a
website.
Floor is yours.
Oh yeah. So I was working on my booking website and product website, because selling barber supplies as well to barbers and other businesses.
I think I got this shit, man.
I've smelled burnt hair in my life, and I'm pretty curious to see if it holds up. Yeah.
So this is the real deal, burnt hair.
It's kind of like when Erykah Badu's pussy incense that she has. Heard of that?
So what I have heard of
Erykah Badu, she's selling a scent of her vagina.
Oh wow.
And
I like to smell that.
So I ended up in a rabbit hole of research because of burnt hair, and there's one that's called like secretions magnifique.
That shit sounds freaky.
And it was controversial when it came out because it is modeled after blood, sweat, and semen. Is the scent.
That's what's in there?
No. This is a different one. But this right here It's burnt hair. You can't buy this anymore. It's sold out. You gotta go on eBay and pay a markup. But we
I
gonna
love it. I fucking love it. I'm very excited about that. This was a good one too. You know, it just reminds me of how much shit has changed.
So I don't know how I'm just gonna spray it in the air or something, or I don't know.
Spray it on your wrist.
Okay,
On your wrist.
all right. So
Like you in bird eyes, nigga. I don't usually let men do this. Oh shit. It's not actually bad. I didn't expect it to be that strong.
It smells like hair on a curling iron, some oil.
But I like it. Am I
Wow.
supposed to like it?
yeah, you know.
I like it.
So I was reading reviews about it, and I was very confused because, like, some of the reviews were saying that it's not the worst smell. Like, it's something you could actually wear, but it doesn't smell.
I know. I'm like legit. I would wear this.
But I could definitely smell the singe. I don't know. That's very interesting.
Flat iron.
Yeah. Any
I fucking like this. He's a marketing genius, man. Because I thought it was like a parody shit, but this shit actually smells good.
So maybe now I could flip it for even more, because it was not only is this burnt hair from Boring Company, but it's burnt hair as seen on Red Solo Nation Cigar Time.
That's right. You get this particular one.
We'll sign it.
And we gonna turn it into an NFT. Take a picture with your phone, nigga.
Yeah. I don't know if you can. I don't know that it's on the camera.
Yeah, it's probably good.
Burnt hair.
Burnt hair, nigga.
But yeah, so that's why
You know what? That was really cool. Is the name of his company actually called Boring
it's
Company?
a Boring Company. Yeah, because boring is like a. I think boring has to do something with drill, like boring,
It's like a tool or something.
Yeah, drill bore or something. Plus Boring Company, because he's always trying to be slick. He's always witty.
Dude, he's so rich that I could just be humorous about everything. It's just like I don't have to be serious about this.
You know, he made a funny tweet. I forgot what day it was. But he was like, they went from saying that this internet guy is gonna fail at rockets and cars to this rocket and car guy is gonna fail at the internet. Like you know, they can't make up their mind.
He's showing you, man. He just gotta watch out for my boy Mark. My boy Mark been training.
Who you got? Who you got in the fight?
Low key, I ain't gonna lie, because I've been seeing more content of Mark like training. Like I don't take that lightly. I'm like, yo, if he's training.
But if Musk trains too, Musk got the size advantage, and he got that like autistic intelligence.
They both have I think have Asperger's.
But didn't Mark Zuckerberg steal Facebook from the fucking twins? Isn't that the whole point of the whole
That's
origin story?
It's controversial.
I think he
Winkleby. Winklevoss, but together the Winkleby.
There we go. And who do you got in the fight? If they fight,
Who?
Musk versus
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg. They're supposed to fight MMA.
Zuckerberg's doing jiu-jitsu. He's training.
He's been training jiu-jitsu, I guess is the thing. But yeah, they're supposed to fight in like the Roman Colosseum or some shit. That's like Italy invited them to fight in the Colosseum. You know how crazy that would be?
What's the etiquette for ashing and shit?
You're supposed to just like ash it but not like smush it. I can't get my shit to ash. I don't know. It actually is a testament to a really well rolled cigar.
I'll be honest with you.
It's like staying together.
They
You can't get it to ash.
To give you my take on it, I enjoy this.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this one. I think I enjoyed the last one too. I think it's just that now it's kind of like coming back to me, like technique and don't inhale.
Oh, I haven't. Let me taste the bourbon. See if the bourbon tastes better.
That's the part I don't like. The don't in hell. It's like going to a strip club. You can see nakedness, but you can't have sex. It's like,
Well,
You can have sex.
I was about to say they changed that. I guess.
champagne room.
Shit.
Yeah,
2,500.
I think with inflation now, the times have changed. My boy went to Cheetah's, which is a local spot if you're from South Florida, and they.
But Scarlett is being too fancy.
Yeah, Scarlett's too fancy, but Cheetah's it allegedly became like a brothel now.
No. I caught one of the managers over there. He's one of my clients. It's not a brothel.
Oh, okay.
It is not a brothel.
So not Cheetah's. I'm not talking about Cheetah's. cheetahs. I'm talking about.
cheetahs,
Oh, we being.
not
I'm
scarlet.
talking about.
Are we being politically correct?
Yeah. I'm talking about. There's a.
I was like,
not cheetahs and scarlets.
There's another gentleman's club that we will not name, and allegedly that one became a brothel.
I had met some. I had legit met some runaways in that shit. Man, that shit was crazy. Yeah, they were like 2 runaway girls. They were cool as fuck though. I wanted to rescue them.
So this is a story more for OnlyFans, for after hours. Check out our OnlyFans where
Oh yeah, because this is like cigars. It's supposed to be sophisticated.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell the story anyways. Cause fuck it. This is because sometimes there's things that are not YouTube safe, but they're paywall safe. Link down below. So one time I went to the hottest strip club I've ever been to in my life, Ybor City, Tampa. Well, when I say hottest, I mean like craziest.
Oh yeah, because I was like, was it like temperature?
No. The craziest club I've ever been to. They had an ATM on the ceiling, aiming down on the stage, right? And it was called Live Odyssey, or 2001 Live Odyssey, based on that movie, Stanley Kubrick or whatever. And why it's called Live is in the name is because they have like webcams in the club, and you could be at home, having alone time, watching the dancers, and when you tip at home, singles fall from the ATM.
Oh, they had like a live stream type of.
Yes.
Oh, that's fucking fire.
So I'm in this club. It was unexpected to be there. I'm in this club and it is popping. Motherfuckers are making it rain from all over the place.
It's called OnlyFans. Yeah, no, what they doing now? I'm thinking about it. I was like, that's OnlyFans.
Yeah, but the way they had it set up, where, like I said, when they tip at home, the money falls out of the fucking ceiling onto the stage. So it was a Friday night, and I'd never seen so many singles. It was raining singles everywhere. Some rich motherfucker threw a stack of singles, but left the clip on it. So the whole shit just flew in the air and landed on my lap. A whole stack of singles.
Did you keep it?
No, I took the clip off, and then I made it rain. First and only time I ever made it rain in the club, because it wasn't my money.
Have you ever snuck money?
No, because I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to handle getting caught. So I don't do anything I'm not prepared for the consequences of.
I gotta be honest.
That'd be too embarrassing for me to get caught. Like, you that hungry?
It's all around you. You could just put your foot down and I've definitely bought like dinner that night off some shit. I don't do that no more though.
I hope not.
I don't really frequent strip clubs anymore like that. So.
Yeah, me neither.
But that's not the crazy story. So we're leaving the club, and a lot of dancers, I guess, need to be medicated to
it was on some drugs
to perform.
Can we say that?
I'm thinking of the story more and more, and I'm like, okay, this is real. Like, I don't know. I need. This might be OnlyFans. Oh yeah, because she needed a ride home, but she didn't want to go home, so she ends up going back to. I was visiting Tampa. So
wait, set the story the right way. How old are you?
I am 22, probably.
22. So you young, you wet behind the ears.
Yeah. And I'm with a group of guys. Tampa.
Tampa gives it up.
Yeah, I'm visiting my boy. I was there for Gasparilla, which is some like biannual festival that they do in Tampa. My boy goes to USF. I was going to UCF. So I visited him, and we go to Gasparilla, and then at night we hit up Ybor City. We club hop, and then we end up at the club. And when we're leaving, there's some dancer needed a ride or wanted to ride with us or whatever, and we took her back to the apartment.
Continue to put me there. I want to be there. I want to. There's the ATM in the ceiling.
Yeah.
There's women. They're on party favors.
Yeah.
Guys is in there. They
making it rain like crazy.
He forgot to take the clip off.
There's singles everywhere. I've never seen so many singles flying. What the humans from the ATM on the ceiling?
What are they playing in there? What's the music like?
I don't remember. I just remember ass and titties. But typical. I don't.
Was it like Scarlet's? Because it's EDM, like house music and shit.
Hip hop. It was a mix.
It was a mix. So it's like Cheetahs a little bit, because sometimes Cheetahs will sneak in a little bit, or like Tootsies.
A lot for someone who doesn't frequent.
Oh no, I'm retired.
Oh, okay.
I spent 15 years in that joint.
But yeah, we get there, and Yeah, I don't think I could tell the rest of the story, to be honest. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Like,
Can't even get to the crazy part.
Yeah, like I really like. I'm sitting here thinking about the story. I'm like, okay,
Well, if it's gonna,
How many years ago? How many years ago?
it's over like 8.
yeah.
My math is good and fast.
I guess we could cut it out if. Well,
No, it's like some, is this like some statute of limitation shit?
I don't know.
Don't say it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking about. It.
Don't implicate yourself,
Murder involved?
because I don't even think you did anything.
Yeah, murder.
Not me. I was a witness.
Oh,
We murdered her dignity.
whoa! I don't want to hear anymore.
Yeah.
So you did you drop her off at Pound Town or do you take her to the train station?
No, I didn't do anything. I didn't touch this girl. I witnessed things that was crazy.
Oh, so they put her on the train station to Pound Town.
No. I mean, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna have to. I'll tell the story off camera. We'll have a rough segue to something else. When we stop recording, I'll tell you guys what happened.
I would be easy there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about it.
I mean, I'd be easy because we just living in those times. Remember the good old days where you could just have, like run a train on a girl? I never done it, and it wasn't considered like anything like nefarious. She was just she was a willing participant.
Yeah.
Well, she was a willing participant, right?
As much as you can be in whatever state she was in.
Oh, that's well, we won't go that.
Yeah. No. There was no essay at all.
Okay.
There was no assault at all.
Okay.
But yeah, I fucked that up. I don't know why. I thought the story was more PG than it was until I got to the point.
This shit got dark.
Yeah. it's like playing back in my head. But any crazy stories?
Take it off me. Take it off me. It's like, you didn't say any names. No. I'm sure it was just young people having some. She probably made a.
She left home. She left the apartment with more money than she came. So.
Oh, she was working.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's different. As long as it was consensual, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
People got to get paid.
Dancers get paid all the time and privately dance.
Yeah.
Vegas, prostitution.
I mean, I guess I could say this part. Never mind. Fuck it. All right, we need to change the subject. This is rough. I'm failing miserably.
I've told this story before, but I knew I needed to get out of the strip club because I would always try to ethically try to convince girls to be, to do more with their life.
You were preach to them?
Yeah, I was getting a dance. My boy bought me a dance, and she, she had a cesarean scar because she just had a baby 3 weeks ago. And I was just like, yeah, man. So what else you do? And she's dancing on me, but I'm just like, you ever thought about this in school? You never thought about that? And then you could just tell she was obviously gone somewhere else too. And then I find myself in those weird, where I realized I was I don't know if I really know how to appreciate. I remember the one time that I did try to tip the girl, she was like, you can slap it on me, and I was like, all right, well, hold on, let me unfold it real quick. And then I did this, and I was like, I'm not doing this good. I'm not natural. It's not natural to me to, I wish I could be like my boy Ray Ray. Shout out Ray Ray. He has a very unique style of tipping. He balls the dollar up and he throws it at him. He's Dominican.
My favorite trick back in the day was put the dollar here. And they take the titties and squeeze it out of you.
Oh, I thought you was gonna use their ass, man. That's freaky, man.
That's pink eye. That's how you get pink eye.
That's how you get pink eye. This is supposed to be a sophisticated luxury.
We're just hanging out smoking cigars. But the similar take, you were talking about school and stuff. So I was getting a dance from a girl, and this is back in the day, and I was studying. This was before I even moved to Orlando. This is when I was still going to Broward College, BC.
Ashes all over me.
And so she says, in conversation, she said that she's studying mechanical engineering. She told that to the wrong motherfucker because
she's a dancer.
Yeah, she's dancing. She's claiming that she's studying mechanical engineering. So I'm into physics and all that shit. So I started testing her ass, calculus questions, physics questions, nailed all of them. She was legit. I think she was telling the truth. She was legit.
You know what? That's not uncommon. There's escorts and then there's high-end escorts. And I know some personal stories and been in situations where, you realize the girl really was in college and she's just basic, but very different experience. She ain't on 79th Street or shit. She's no, this is let's put it like this: these things take place in very high end locations, and they're very different. And that's when I realized, you know, the business of that. I was just like, oh shit, you really at UM? Okay.
The inside joke I tell people when I go to the strip club, is I tell them I'm curing cancer because I'm paying college tuitions, and then they are gonna grow up
and save the world. And you're always thinking about the world, man. It's a good nigga, right?
So I always say, when you go there, you tipping them, you're doing a good deed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm mature about it. You know, like, you know, if you want to entertain, you know, like I soften my like views on OnlyFans girls. It's like it's a career job.
How do you guys feel about women smoking cigars?
Don't bother me.
I don't like it.
Don't bother me.
You guys have like
more in depth
or like reasoning?
So
opposite answers.
Yeah. For me, it's kind of like there's things that I'm traditional sometimes, you know. There's things that like I feel like I wouldn't personally like be like wanting to sit around my girl and be like seeing her like spark up a stogie, and it would just be it's a little too masculine for me, and I like girls who are in a soft girl era. I just learned that off the internet.
Yeah, I got into cigars because I joined a fraternity, and there was a cigar club in the fraternity. So every first Sunday of the month, we would meet at a cigar lounge in Orlando, smoke cigars. And some of them had wives that smoked. Some of the brothers of the fraternity had wives that
participated,
smoke cigars also. And I don't know, I'm kind of like in the middle of both of you. So it's like, I don't necessarily care if it's once in a while, but it's a little bit, it is a little masculine. Yeah. So it's like, it's not the end of the world, but it is a little weird. Like, I actually took my girl to an Airbnb experience in Little Havana called a Cuban Ritual. It was actually pretty cool.
We talked about it in the first one.
For real?
But since it's probably not coming out anytime soon, go ahead and give us a story.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, the whole experience.
Yeah. So Little Havana, a local from Little Havana that is from Cuba, fresh off the boat, and he gives us a tour of Little Havana, talks about the culture there, the domino tables, and he has Cuban cigars that he brought from Cuba, and Cuban rum that he brought from Cuba. And we went to this back room, and he walked us through this whole ritual of how they smoke cigars and dip it in the rum. And I took my girl there, and she smoked the cigar, and that was the one and only time she ever smoked.
I think like in that like extreme situation, like, this is an authentic fucking Cuban.
It's an experience.
Like, right? You might as well. Like I guess I could be a little more. I just wouldn't want to be doing that every Friday with my girl, and then be like, I don't even like girls that smoke cigarettes. So
I have a business idea that I was planning to bring to this cigar time before it was going to be recorded, but fuck it. And so I'd like to take y'all's take on it.
Shoot, this is where we build. This is what this is for. We build.
This is more sophisticated for you, audio. I recently went to Santorini, Greece. And when I was there in Santorini, Greece, I searched Airbnb experiences. That's what reminded me, Airbnb experiences. And a lot of the not a lot. There was one Airbnb experience where it was you go to a local grandma's house in Santorini, and she teaches you how to cook like an authentic meal in her kitchen, and then you learn how to cook. You cook it with her, and you eat. And that got me thinking. I'm like, man, South Florida is such a melting pot. Imagine some type of like app or like coordinating to have like different grandmas all over South Florida of different ethnicity, whether it's Jamaican, Bahamian, and doing that type of experience where it's like one-stop shop. You could like pick the cuisine, and then you can go to a local person's house, authentic. It doesn't get more authentic. Go in their kitchen. These retired grandmas, they sign up to host them. Yeah. And you can just go to these different houses and try.
I would be surprised if they don't have, because it's Airbnb experiences. Yeah. There may be something like that in play, but I think that if you actually coordinate it and, you know, like actually, I think that's a great idea. Because when you like, let's say, you know, you door dashing, or you don't want to go to the 5-star, you want to go to a legit, man, somebody grandma house and have that traditional grandma experience. Like, man, she cooked it up, man. She hooked up everything.
You know, you have to find out the laws behind it, you know, for like health and like, you know, like, so you can't really, I don't know what the loopholes are.
Florida has something called cottage law.
Yeah.
That it gives us a little more leniency, like especially during the pandemic. Like, that's why all these people can cook out of their house now. I don't know where has that changed, but during the pandemic, so there might be some flexibility.
See, that's why I brought the conversation here.
Hey, look, that's what I love. You know, I love when it comes to like business ideas and fleshing things out and like how do you make it work.
Certified too for restaurants. So
yeah, serve safe.
Oh yeah,
exactly. Yeah, but, you know, I don't know if like you're paying for access and then the food is like you're paying for her time.
I think that's how you would
not
like if you like frame it around just an authentic grandma experience.
Yeah, you're paying for the lesson to cook.
Yeah, and it's more of like it's like if you were going to like painting with a twist, but with food or something.
But
like
you know,
that.
it's like, you know, there's only so many restaurants you could take a girl to on a date. There's only so many. You know, it gets stale and boring. Imagine changing it up instead of going to Poppy Steak or Nusret.
I was gonna say Chili's or Outback. I gotta step my game up.
Imagine you pull out, you pick up a honey. And she's how many guys has taken her to a fancy restaurant? But how many guys have taken her to some random old lady's house?
See, like I'm not even gonna lie to you. If I would look, that's my steez, right? Not because of like money. Like I don't even care. It could be the same type of, but I'm more about like. I don't want to just do stuff like I don't mind fancy dishes and shit like that because I know it's it's the experience. Just take a picture. I think it's like a pink bathroom with fishes on it. But like the actual experience where like somebody grandma's are gonna sit down and cook us some food and then like after you eat their shit it's gonna be like it's a legit traditional experience. Like I'm into like culture like that. Like like Anthony Bourdain and. When I watch these, I love the food channel. So like that type of stuff like excites me.
Yeah, because my boy, his girl is Jamaican and cooks oxtail and sells them like to friends.
Our boy,
yeah,
or different. Oh yeah, oh you know what she is.
Shout out to.
You know who you is.
Shout out, you've been on the pod before. I just don't know if
his episode actually did the best.
I know. I told him too.
Like, what the hell?
I don't know if he wants that, but that's
that business.
Yeah, but yeah,
you know who you are, man.
You know you are, and the oxtail's fire. And I keep telling you, let me know when it's coming again because I want to buy it.
Matter of fact, you need to host a dinner.
You ain't lying.
With the host for RST.
Yes.
Yeah, we come over.
I don't know, like what would that be called? What would that be called?
Dinner with friends.
Ooh.
I do this.
Dinner with friends.
It's probably something like that shit that exists on YouTube already. You know what? I feel like I'm smoking it too fast, but I can tell you this experience is definitely better than the last experience. And I'm once I catch up with all the editing, man, I'm gonna get out there, man.
This is a very well made cigar. Like in my limited cigar palette, this is a very well. My current favorite is Allegiance Sidekick. Mm-hmm. I was gonna bring that. I was gonna go buy it and bring it, but I was like, you know what? That's like my cigar for the cigar lounge. Like that's what I smoke when I'm there.
Sorry, guys.
But yeah, that's my cigar when I'm there. So I was like, let me bring these instead. But this is, I can see why he.
How's the whiskey after this?
Oh, I was just about to say, like, I don't know if maybe I'm biased because I believe it enhances the flavor of everything, but I think it tastes better after you smoke.
I kind of felt, I was like, damn, I feel like bourbons would go great with a good whiskey.
Oh, yeah. No, whiskeys and cigars do.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then at the cigar lounge, their barbecue wings. They make it simple as fuck. They throw wings in a fucking air fryer and toss it in barbecue sauce, and for some reason it is fire. It tastes so good. Again, I don't know if it's because of the atmosphere, puts you in a good mood. I don't know if it's because the cigar like really cleanses your tongue, so you just flavors are enhanced. I don't know, but everything just
I can get that. I can get that. Yeah, I could definitely. I can because of those elements, you can enjoy the. I love when I'm. I have some kind of stimulant going on, and when you eat, and that shit is just banging.
So I pretty much talked about. I gave you your bad. Talked about the burnt hair, cigars, whatever. Anything been on y'all's mind lately?
So as y'all know, outside of what we doing here, we got some projects in the works. But I'm very excited. I'm very much looking forward to, these new opportunities and these new projects because I think it's gonna push us in the creative space. I've been ideating, man, and just thinking about the whole concept of building, these other models, and well, yeah. I mean, I don't know how much you want to do. How you feel comfortable like introducing anything yet, or you want to wait till we're on solid ground?
I this was the moment to talk because I don't actually even know what we're doing.
Everyday omniscience.
Omniscience, yeah. So what's the goal for everyday omniscience? What's the vision?
So as creatives, and because we're in this new, I guess, I think we're content creators, bro. Look, mom, we're fucking content creators. So we are working on something new, a little different. It's going to be a more scoped focus. It's going to have more of a scoped focus on explain everyday omniscience and what that means to you.
So what it means to me,
because it was a cool name, I ain't gonna lie, you came up with it.
Yeah, so
because I usually come up
again, that's why I don't know what the vision. I don't know what necessarily the vision is for everyday omniscience, but what it means to me, why I like the word is because of I've mentioned this a million times. You know, my whole goal in life, one of my main goals in life, one of my main philosophies is
be a scientist.
Well, yeah, it's being an everyday scientist. It's about, you know,
I like that.
Understanding that we all possess our subjective reality. I've touched on this before. We all possess our subjective reality, and then there's the objective reality. And the goal for me is to align my subjective reality with as close as possible to the objective one. And everyday omniscience is just that concept, is just learning something new every day, refining what you know every day.
Absolutely.
And just getting that knowledge up.
I love it. I love it. I love it. It's kind of the same thing. So what I envisioned was approaching reality scientifically and maybe potentially being able to offer that information or that perspective in a practical way that I think would make the experience more, more engaging.
I'm not doing the sound effect as much. I got
it's a different energy. But you're right. You got something in your hand. It's kind of hard to juggle. Like I've been trying to like ash and drink and do. It's a different experience. I can tell you, like they need to make like a. Oh, all right, I'm gonna get us some Red Solo Talk fucking ashtrays because that shit's burning through the fucking cup.
I know. I noticed that too. Yeah, that'd be nice. A nice custom ashtray.
Get yours. Don't worry.
Merch store. You gotta get your pimp, your red RST pimp cups, RST t-shirts, the official t-shirt.
Exactly.
Yeah, we building on merch. We got t-shirt, pimp cups, and now we're gonna bring some ashtrays.
It's something that you say a lot too. That I learned that's the best way to kind of create. It's like it'll just happen, and like you don't necessarily like go out. So it'll build itself around you just with the things that you're doing, you know.
That's like dating advice.
That is like your dating advice. I haven't been using it.
That's the story I wanted to tell you behind the burnt hair. What made me laugh, I forgot to mention this. It was just a funny thing because everyday omniscience, there's always the most random things in my mind, on my purview, things I'm researching, rabbit holes I'm going down. And my girl loves to ask me like, what are you thinking about? What are you doing? I always laugh, but I was like, listen, be careful what you ask. Yeah. So there was, when I got the package, she was like, what is that? And I go, it's burnt hair. And then she's like, well, actually, you know what? I don't want to know. I don't even want to know. She was like backed away or like walked away. Like,
you know what? I like that answer though.
Exactly.
It's like once you know me, and it's like, all right, you know what? Don't even worry about it. Mm-hmm. So she's not going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. So she was like, you know what? I don't even want to know. So now if she watches this, she'll know what burnt hair is. Elon Musk's new fragrance. So
it was this gift to me. No. Okay.
I'm taking it back.
I love the smell, bro.
It's wild because
I would buy it. I can't buy it.
Well, you can buy it at a markup. I'll sell it to you for
that shit's like
sell it to you for $150.
Oh, it's not bad. Like Tom Ford is like 150. But Tom Ford got like the name behind it. But Black Orchid is my shit. That's like my favorite cologne.
But I was most curious about, was he gonna actually make a real scent? Because that's
what fucked me up, the name.
So the reason I was biased towards thinking it was going to really stink is because I purchased the Smell of Space.
I would like to smell that.
I'll bring it next pod.
Does it have a smell?
It's fucking potent. So the Smell of Space is
it's like ammonia.
No, so astronauts when they're going to outer space, right?
Yeah.
In part of their training, just so they know what to expect, they recreated the scent of space. so they can use it in training, so they know what it smells like. And
potent.
It's a very strong. That's not a cologne. That is literally.
It's weird because
the smell of space. What outer space smells like.
You think because you think vacuum, you think like, you know, should it have a smell? Because the smell would be it's like particles that create smell.
So you have to remember. So like when you do a moonwalk or a spacewalk, you're exposed to the outer space, and then you go back in. And when you go back in, you take off your gear. There's a smell.
Oh, so that moon dirt stank.
So there's the smell of the moon and the smell of space. And I purchased the smell of space. And it's very strong. It has like a gunpowder smell.
It smells burnt.
Yeah.
You know what I thought about that? When you said it, I was like, it's probably a burnt smell.
Mm-hmm. I'll bring it next time. I'll bring it to whatever we record at, whether it's, you know what? I'll bring it to Red Solo Talk, because then we can shout out our Cigar Time.
That's right.
But yeah, so that's why I thought this was going to be more of a novelty thing, where it's not going to be something that you would actually put on your skin to wear out. But
I'm legit. Like, I would wear it.
The more I smell it, like on my arm, like it's not bad.
It's more than not bad. I'm like, maybe I like a little bit of the burnt hair. I don't know.
It's interesting.
There are smells that I can honestly say that I'd be like, I probably shouldn't like this smell, but I like it.
You know what happened to me before? Gucci by Gucci was like my go-to at one point. I was spraying all the time. I love the smell. It was one of the few colognes I bought twice. Usually I don't buy the same cologne twice. And then one day I got out the shower, I go to spray it, and it smelled like homeless piss to me.
Whoa, what changed?
I don't know. I have no idea. And to this day, I don't wear it, because to me, it smells like homeless piss. And I was loving the smell for so long. I don't know. This is one of the weirdest things that ever happened to me. I was like, yeah, it's so crazy how the smell just...
Was this after a mushroom trip?
No, I've never done any. I don't do any type of illegal substances.
It's not illegal in Colorado.
I've never been to Colorado.
This is filmed in Colorado. Right. Well, if you...
But no, I don't know. It was random. I just randomly one day...
Well, the reason I say, because I participate in psilocybin and mushroom therapeutically, and because of those experiences, they profoundly changed certain things for me because of my experience in the trip. So now every time I don't have like an adverse reaction where it's like bad, but I have a real like authentic reaction every time I smell urine. Like, it's stuck with me now. It's probably for the rest of my life now.
Interesting. It's like their brain's been rewired.
I would say that, yeah. I mean, I think I associate that smell with whatever that experience was, and so every time I smell it, I go back into that. But when you finna get some DMT, you know who you talk. You know who I'm talking to. I'm ready to go, man. We don't promote the intake of narcotics that are illegal. We do them simply as a means to explain the experience and educate. This show will get a disclaimer too.
You saw recently AOC, hardcore left. Dan Crenshaw, hardcore right. Well, not really hard.
Because they got together. They call him a rhino on like the conservatives, and I'd be like,
but they got together to fight for. I don't recall if it was only psilocybin or Molly or MDMA, but they got together to fight for the use of these substances or
alternative potential medicines
to use them as medicine for most specifically vets, but PTSD treatment and things like that, and to have the government get out of the way so that scientists can actually do their work.
You ever listen to Graham Hancock?
I've seen him on Joe Rogan's podcast a few times.
He's done most recently, I think he did Lex Friedman, and he did another, and he was just so passionate about like the war on drugs and how it really doesn't have, because I'm an advocate for it. Like they talk about it on this shit, I can talk about it.
Yeah.
And I think because of the government's involvement, it's preventing the benefits. Now they did say something that because I made me careful about being such a because I watched it and I thought about it and I was like, yeah, I need to be careful how I advocate it, because if you are somebody who suffer from schizophrenic, experiences,
or if you're predisposed to schizophrenia, it can
you should
bring it out.
Not do, because to me that's probably the closest experience to being schizophrenic. Do you think? I don't know. I've never been a schizophrenic. You ever watch the YouTube experiences? Like you can watch a YouTube and they actually mimic the experience of what it's like voices, and it's like not reality, but it's reality to them. And I was like, wow, that is fucking insane.
I have a theory when I see crazy people, those crazy people in a corner talking to themselves. I have a theory that in their mind, let me make it make more sense. I have this theory where the life I'm living right now, I'm here recording this, smoking a cigar, chill my peeps.
As far as we know,
this existence is happening in the mind of a crazy person in another universe.
Yes.
In another universe, there's some guy sitting there in the corner going crazy talking to himself, and what is happening in his mind is this life.
They're having these episodes that, for the most part, to them, it's fucking real. That's why I say it's I would imagine. Oh, my mushrooms are not lit up. Well, it's not that type of show.
Yeah.
It's probably the closest to your an experience as close as I can get to schizophrenia, and I don't want to minimalize it by comparing it because I'm not schizophrenic, but I would assume that's what it's like. Basically what I was seeing on YouTube or whatever. It was interesting because it was just I would be overstimulated for sure. So interesting. I can't wait till they legalize it here so we can do the real business, which is the Airbnb experience.
That would be fire. That's a real Airbnb experience right there. There's money to be made there.
Absolutely. I think is it Utah that they're doing the therapy sessions?
I know ketamine is big on depression, curing depression.
Kratom?
Nah, Kratom is bullshit.
I know.
I ever tell you my story about Kratom?
You took some? You did it
by accident. So, okay. I'm drinking alcohol to go to Cowboys at the time. It's not similar to Roundup, but okay. Cowboys and line dancing. And Kratom is allegedly this plant. Well, it is a plant, whatever. So my brother's like, "Oh, take this Kratom. It's natural, whatever." Da, da, da. So I take Kratom for the first time. And it's supposed to be energy, whatever. It's they have different strains or whatever. It's completely pure. It's pure, 100% legal, completely natural. So I'm like, okay, fuck it. You ever mess with Kratom? So I take this Kratom. I go. I'm drinking, and all of a sudden, I will never forget it. I remember because I went to the bar. I grabbed the Long Island iced tea. I went back to my group. My brother knocked the drink out of my hand by accident. So the whole cup fell on the floor. And as I'm walking back to the bar to get another drink, I wake up the next day.
What? Oh shit.
That's first time in my life I ever blacked out. I was so freaked out. I said, I'll never drink alcohol again. I never felt that way before. It blew my mind. I started questioning.
Oh, because you mixed it.
I started questioning, what does it even mean to be alive? Because who was that person that was actually interacting with everyone? And I was asking everyone, what did I do? And everyone's like, you were completely normal. Nothing.
But you blacked out.
Yeah.
It's like Xanax.
So never done that. So I'm freaked out, whatever. And then I'm like, okay, whatever. So then fast forward maybe 3, 4, 5 months. I say, okay, fuck it. Maybe I'm being a little too, I blacked out once in my life. There's motherfuckers out there that black out every time they drink.
Yeah.
So, let me not be so hard on myself. Let me do it again. So my brother gives me more Kratom. I don't take as much this time. Just, I don't know, maybe it was a subconscious level. I knew something was up, but I'm foreshadowing here. So I take not as much Kratom, and then I enjoy the night. I get home, I go to sleep. So to me, everything's Gucci because I remember getting home and everything. Yeah. Then I wake up the next day and I see certain videos from the night before that makes me realize that I browned out. Do you know the difference between blackout and brown out?
You shit it? Jesus Christ.
No, brown out is when you just moments are gone in your memory. So you don't black out completely. We wake up the next day.
Oh, it's like a softer.
There's just moments that are gone. So I'm like, there's videos of me on the dance floor that I know I don't remember.
That's what. See, you know what? I've heard about Kratom, but I literally don't know what the effects were. I don't know what the high is, because even when you say that, that's like that sounds very different than kava. Mm-hmm. And kava is more like a depressant. Probably.
We got to try kava too.
Yeah, you know, there's I think I need to have like an authentic experience. I was taking kava pills and I was like, this shit ain't this. I need to have like a real. I need to go to
the kava bar,
the Pacific Islands, where they really do it, and they have actual kava experiences.
Yeah. So after the brownout, I realized, okay, that cannot be coincidence. That cannot be coincidence. It has to be the kratom that is causing this. So
but you're doing that and drinking.
Exactly. So the only time I blacked out of my life is because I took kratom, and then the only time I ever browned out of my life, I took kratom. Every other time I drink, no problem. So the joke now is that my brother drugged me.
You willingly took it.
But I swore off kratom. I won't fuck with it ever again. I won't never take it ever again. And I learned the hard way. For some reason, kratom and alcohol, for certain people anyways, anecdote. Fuck your memory up.
I definitely think that if you're gonna have an experience where you're using alternative methods to have an experience, don't mix alcohol with it. I made that mistake with psilocybin, and I didn't appreciate the experience at all. Not at all. I learned from it, because my philosophy is not bad. There's nothing. They're not bad. There's just experiences.
I had a friend. He went to like a concert and he did what he called the gauntlet, and he did alcohol, marijuana,
like all of them so far,
and mushrooms.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
So he did all three and then went to the concert and he regretted that shit.
I've done the gauntlet then.
And like in the same moment, like a shot of alcohol.
In the same session, but not like a back to back.
Oh.
It's kind of like when I think, because when I had my experience, I had guides that were just like, if you want to go back up, it actually makes you go back up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it was kind of like, yeah, that's right. Shout out my shaman,
your tour guide,
my tour guides, man. You guys know who you are. That was the best experience of my life.
How often do you plan on?
Now it's just more like I can't believe I got to that point in my life where I have to do my drugs responsibly. Where I gotta plan it out, I was like, this getting old shit is whack. But yeah,
you dabble in
psychedelics?
No.
Would you ever consider it?
I thought about it, but
pull the mic a little bit closer.
Yeah, I thought about it, but
what's your apprehension or reluctance?
I'm just good with smoking bud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it do you think that it's interesting to me because
I don't even like taking NyQuil when I'm sick.
Okay.
So like I don't like taking.
But this is very different. This is NyQuil. It's not NyQuil. It's not NyQuil. It comes from Earth.
Yeah.
So but are you maybe concerned about like because the crazy thing about it is like the good thing. All right, let me get my words together. Everybody's gonna try to explain the experience, but they can't really explain the experience. And I wonder if that also maybe, because I remember like growing up and I was like, I'll never do that stuff. And then I got older and I was like, I'm doing it all. Is there maybe like a fear or is any reluctance or apprehension out of fear? Like you're scared of scared of what you might experience?
Scared of the unknown.
Scared of the unknown.
No, I just never really had an interest in trying.
That's fair.
That's fair. And stuff like that.
It's just kind of like, it ain't really my type of thing.
Yeah, like I just, I smoke my cannabis and stuff like that. I've been doing that for years. And I drink on occasion, but yeah.
I know you.
Fun fact about psilocybin, or more so LSD. LSD was invented by someone who tried psilocybin and tried to make a what's the word I'm looking for? Artificial,
an artificial or a synthetic version of it. Yeah,
a synthetic version of psilocybin, and that's where LSD came from.
You know what's crazy is like not being versed in like the history of like LSD. I knew exactly that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to recreate, but you know what's really cool because there are different experiences. You know, that would be one experience that I would honestly say, you know, me being a, you know, enjoying being a psychonaut. I don't know, like that particular experience. I ain't gonna lie, like that. You're not supposed to be high for 18 hours. There was a time where I was just like, I'm ready for it to stop. I was just like, I gotta get off now, guys. You shouldn't even drive on that shit. And I was like, I need to go home.
You're here now, so you survived.
Oh, I made it. And I'm not advocating for driving under the influence. Unless you're a professional like me.
You know, funny story. Fuck it. My dad was trying to get out of jury duty.
Okay.
So he tried to tell the judge that he didn't speak English.
Okay.
So the judge starts asking him these some basic questions. Blah blah blah. My dad's answering, and then the judge is like, "What do you think we're speaking right now?"
Oh,
it's fucking English. Like, all right, you ain't getting nowhere.
So he was using like Spanglish. He was just talking like he would normally talk.
No, but my dad was trying to say like he doesn't dominate English like super.
Oh, so he didn't say that. Okay.
So when the judge is asking questions, he's like, well, that's what we're speaking right now. So like that's not a good excuse. So it was for drunk driving, and
that was the case.
Yeah, it was the case. It was drunk driving. So then my dad was asked something about like do you think something, and then long story short, my dad was pretty much saying that he believes that when he drinks, he drives better. So
that's a common thing, though.
So he thinks that when he drinks, he drives better. So he's not gonna say that. He's trying to say he was pretty much telling them like I'm biased to not hold it against someone for drinking and driving.
That makes sense.
And that's how he got out of jury duty.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. That's better. That's better. You know what's funny? I can't drive on cannabis. Where it's just like I'm almost too careful, but I'm now because I'm so careful, I'm obvious.
Yeah.
And it's just the weirdest sensation to drive on cannabis that I don't enjoy.
I've told friends that dabble in cannabis that if you're gonna smoke cannabis, you should like train yourself to drive, especially if you have like pets or kids. Yeah. Because in case of an emergency, you want to be able to.
I agree with that. That's doing it responsible.
Yeah.
I like that because, I was thrown into it, and then it was like the experience of actually having to drive. And I was just like, why can't I keep this shit straight?
They did studies in, I think Colorado. I might be making this shit up actually. Fuck it.
It's the only time he's not there is like
do your own research. But allegedly, if you smoke cannabis and then drive, it's the equivalent to
drinking and
driving. However, if you can learn to drive where it kind of undoes the effect, and if you learn and train yourself to drive under the influence of cannabis, you can get to a place where your driving is no longer hindered by the cannabis to the same degree. So you could kind of like
so basically it's like I need to practice.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think that's where I got the idea actually telling people that you should train.
Yeah.
Then
100%. That's how I actually like started opening up to cannabis, because I wasn't like good at it. It sounds weird, but like I wasn't good at cannabis I didn't start smoking it until like my 30s. After my 30s to be exact. Where I just couldn't get the technique. Get the fireball in your throat. There's been real episodes where I was like, oh, I'm going to die here because I smoked a blunt. I
actually saw a guy get a panic attack after taking a hit off of cannabis and got a straight up panic attack.
See, that didn't happen. I just couldn't breathe.
I'm just saying, but that's the thing. Like even cannabis, psilocybin, we're talking about schizophrenia. It's like it's one of those things where when you're altering your mind, be careful. Everyone watched Fast and Furious, right? They put NOS in the car, and he used too much NOS, and freaking car broke apart.
Yeah. Well, one of my bestie. I don't use besties. That's not a.
That's from the last Red Solo Talk episode.
Yeah, but one of my close friends. Like this is my nigga. He don't get no bigger. I watched him do a dab, and I'm watching him on the couch, and he was like, I think I'm having cardiac arrest. And then everybody's, I'm watching him continue to do it. I was like, yeah, I ain't hear this nigga. I'm not smoking that. The wax shit. I was like, I ain't gonna lie. Like you, I ain't gonna lie. You take you not you, but a nigga I know that there's niggas that I know that take it to the moon, and I'd be like, but where's the enjoyment? Just how potent. Like
probably has to do with like tolerance, and
some people are better equipped.
Well, like SV, if you, cause you spoke earlier that you dabble in cannabis, could you just like you did 2 back to back? Could you
do a dab?
No, like no matter what, like is there a level where you get like stuck, or are you always functioning?
I mean, for me at this point, it's just, yeah, I'm always functional.
So that's the thing. I think at a certain point they never get to the moon. I think you're thinking if I do what they just did, I'll be in another planet.
No, I mean if you're doing things like dabs or like edibles, for example, they affect
or the mask or the volcano,
those type of things
the bomb.
But I don't
make you clear it. It's like I
don't indulge in it to get to that point anyway. I indulge so I can still be able to just do what I have to do. So I'm driving, I'm communicating, I'm cutting hair. Like nobody would know like I'm smoking bud.
Can we talk about the barbers? Can we talk about the barbers that get too high while they cutting your hair?
You seen some crooked tapes from
barbers
getting too fucked up?
You can tell when shit's taking mad long. It's like, bro, you probably shouldn't be doing this.
You ain't lying. I had a barber in New York. He kept, he kept brushing my hair, hitting with a brush. Yo, he did it.
He was mad aggressive?
No, it was just the amount of fucking times. Like, just kept brushing and brushing and brushing and brushing and brushing it, and to the point it was like fucking Chinese torture. Chinese water torture with the drop.
Yeah.
To the point where like my head was getting sore. My skin was getting sore from the abrasion of the brush over and over and over.
Okay, let's talk about it. What is your worst experience getting a haircut? Because I know mine.
Orlando, Florida. I got the most bomb ass haircut from dude. And then he
doesn't sound bad.
Well, and then this was my barber now. He moved to a location like fucking 45 minutes away, and I'm very picky about my barber. Did I go to him? No. When I find a barber that I like, I'm very loyal to my barber. I'm very picky about my.
That's a man thing.
Yeah, I'm picky about my. White people, they go super cuz. They don't give a fuck.
No.
If you got urban hair, you need to have a barber that knows your hair. And not only that,
for your life.
The first time you get a haircut, you can speak better than I'm assuming from personal experience. But the first time you get a haircut from a barber, it's never as good as when you become a regular and they kind of like learn your hair. I don't know if that's true or if it's just me, but it seems like barbers, the more they cut your hair repeatedly, they kind of learn how your hair works, and then the haircut comes out even better.
I'm racist when it comes to barbers.
You know what? I love bald barbers. For some reason, historically in my life, bald barbers always cut the best.
Which
is funny. I don't know.
The last dude,
I take care of what I don't have.
The last dude that they used to shout out, Alex. He does real estate now. He was my barber, but he started doing bigger, better things, and scheduling became a problem, and then I went into a phase where I had to like teach myself because of the pandemic. But yeah, absolutely, he was like the last guy that I ain't gonna lie, I was just like, oh shit, this nigga, he's actually nice.
He was bald?
He was bald.
I'm telling you.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. It was just some of the best barbers I had in my life were bald. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if they have an appreciation for what they don't have.
They used to have hair and they were good at it, but then they lost it when they turned 28.
So now when they appreciate the hair they see in front of them.
Because even with my barber, I was like, he was like bald. I think he's Spanish for sure. He's like Cuban or something.
But not to get too sidetracked. Okay. So, this dude moves like 45 minutes away.
Your worst experience.
So I make the drive 45 minutes to his new spot. And he fucked my hair up so bad. It was right before I was coming down to Hollywood. It was and I was coming down to Hollywood to then fly to New York. It was so bad that when I came down to Hollywood, before I even made it to the house, I stopped at my Hollywood barber before I moved to Orlando.
How did you? Well, obviously you were like, I was out of town.
Yeah.
You know.
No, because he at this point he knew I moved.
Because you would,
he knew I moved to Orlando, whatever. So
he's like, I'm gonna hook you up.
So yeah, he had to redo my hair, and he took a chunk off my eyebrow. In Orlando, he took a chunk off my eyebrow. He might have been.
Yeah, Orlando. He's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, he took. Yeah, I believe so.
Because they definitely focus on the eyebrows.
I do get my eyebrows cleaned up. I don't know. I do get my eyebrows cleaned up. But my goal, and all my barbers know, I want my eyebrows cleaned up, but so barely that
it don't look like you plucked them.
Yeah, I don't want it to be very obvious that my eyebrows are done. I don't want it to look like artificial. I clean up the natural eyebrow I have.
Yeah, I've turned it down actually because sometimes it's like, because I don't know you're like, you know, like to me it's like these are my eyebrows. You know, like I'm supposed to look man.
I have to, if I have a new barber, I have to, like, I'm going on vacation for a couple of weeks, so I was like, okay, now let's see what you can do, so that I have time for it to grow, because eyebrows grow slow as fuck. So yeah, so that was the other. So that, on top of me going 45 minutes, he jacked my hair up so bad and fucked my eyebrow up, and I had to get another haircut literally the same day. Like I got my haircut there, drove down, got another haircut.
What I learned was, like, you gotta get good in the language of, like, but the thing too is, like, sometimes the language is just like, the terminologies are different, because I'd be like, I want this, and then they'd be like, you know, it doesn't match up. Yeah, where it was just like, that's what they call it.
I know the lingo. Like, you know, I want an 8 on top, 0 on the side.
You get an 8 on top.
8 on top. Oh yeah. 0 on the side. High fade with a hard part, or if I do a hard part.
If you do a part. Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's just fucked. I don't know. He might have been on that. The reason I remember is because he might have been
smoked out 2020.
Because, you know, people will say, like, why didn't you tell him to fix? I was like, motherfucker, he fucked it up. Why am I gonna tell him to? Like, I'd rather not. I'd rather go with someone.
I had there's this if you're in Miami, there's this famous Dade, and you're in the Miami Gardens Hialeah, because that's what my mail says. Don't try to find me. But there's a famous barbershop called Clippers. Clippers was like where all the Chicos would
remember
go. Clippers.
I think so.
And I walk into Clippers, and I was the kind of, you know, at this time, it's like, I just got to get a fucking haircut. There's a wedding about to happen. I was like, you know, I'm not one of the dudes, like, I didn't have etiquette when it came to picking who your barber is, right? So I walk in there, because you could beat a nigga like, man, anybody. I learned that very fast. Like, no, not anybody. I've even gotten to the point where I asked him, I was like, who the best guy in here? Like, I'll be direct, because it's like, no, you know, nah, I don't think he know how to do my hair. That nigga Dominican, he can do my hair. They said, I walk in, I only have a short amount of time, and are you waiting for anybody? That's what they ask you. No, anybody, man. I'll take the next one available. Oh, okay, we got you over here. And I look. Uh-oh. And she sees. Like, they you know, because they're communicating to her. And I said, oh, fuck. It's a girl finna cut my hair, bro. Mm-hmm. She don't know how to do no fucking blowout. Well, at that time I was getting fades too. I was getting like straight up bald fades. You know, it's you know, I'm you know, that's when it was, you know, fades were cool, you know. And I'm not gonna say her name, because I'm pretty sure she's really good now. I knew something was wrong. I got out of my chair after the haircut. I'm gonna be very nice, because that was probably like, she was all the way in the back. So I don't know if is that normal etiquette to put the newbies in the back? Because I thought they would bring them to the front.
It just depends on the shop.
Depends on the shop. Okay, so they sent me to the back, and she was cute too. I felt that's what made it worse too. It's like, I actually would probably try to talk to you, but you fucked me up. I get my haircut. And this is how pussy I was, because I got up and I'm seeing this. I felt so bad, but I knew you fucked me up, baby. I walk out and I get outside. You know, some of the barbers, when they're waiting for cuts, they're waiting in the front. They eating their food, they smoking their little cigarette. And he was like, Bobby, who did your cut? And he could see from my face, like, he already knew. He's like, I got you. Come to my fade was like lopsided on one side. Like my blends were not like even.
So he sat you back in his chair?
Yeah.
In front of her?
Well, I had to get it fixed.
Damn.
But shout out to you. Well, you don't know this story, but I still see you around, and I'd be like, he saved my fucking life because I was too pussy to be like, baby, you fucked my head up.
Ouch.
And that was my worst experience. Where now I'm super, like, I ain't gonna lie, I am sexist. If it's a girl, I'm definitely like, are you comfortable with a girl giving you like?
No.
Are you comfortable with a girl giving you a haircut?
Yeah.
I mean, it would have to be vouched for.
Like, I guess it will. In your experience, like, you might be able. You have the well, no, a girl that you don't know. Like, you don't know her from the shop. Like, you haven't watched her do cuts.
I mean, now it's easy because you can just check their portfolio. You can go on Instagram. You can see where they got cuts.
Oh, well, this was pre-social media.
That's a form of vouching.
Yeah. So pre-social media, you didn't necessarily have and again, I didn't have the etiquette to be like, well, how good is she at it? Now I ain't gonna lie, I'd be like, I had an experience where it was like an older gentleman. He was like an old Cuban guy. Like, I could see the glasses, and I was he's like, he's available, and I was just like, yeah, I'm trying to do something like youthful, and that's ageism, but he probably could cut hair, but I tend to, I have a type. Let's put it like that. When it comes to barbers, I'd be like, nah, he can do it.
Yeah.
You not do a mohawk or a faux hawk?
I got a question for SV. So I'm gonna take the long way because I like to milk it. I like to milk it, baby. Let's build minutes.
It's content.
When you first learn how to drive a car, right? And you first get on the highway, you're very nervous. You're thinking about everything and switching lanes. And then now, if you drive, sometimes you get from point A to point B, and you don't even remember the drive because it's just all second nature. So I love asking this question to all my barbers for fun. And I'll ask them, I said, what's like the worst thing that you did cutting hair? And one barber told me, when he first started cutting hair, he fucked up and he didn't properly engage like the clip onto the clippers, like the guard. The guard. Yeah. He didn't properly engage the guard to the clippers.
Yeah.
So he's cutting this boy's hair who wanted like whatever flat top, and zoom, took a chunk off
because the guard came
off and just zeroed zoom. And he had to
he gave him a low boy.
He had to.
It's like, you about to get you about to get a Caesar.
And the guy, the guy didn't want, he didn't want to pay whatever for the haircut. So you've been cutting hair since, you said.
Do you have any mishaps that you?
In the beginning, there had to be a learning curve.
Yeah. That's a great question.
Not even in the beginning, to be honest. Very later in my career, I had a bad experience with a kid. I actually cut a little piece of the ear with the shears because the kid kept moving.
Shears are scissors?
Yeah, it was shears.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I told the parent this kid kept moving, and the parent was insisting on no, I want to get this kid's haircut, and I actually refused service, but the parent kept being adamant.
Spanish get whooped. Probably a white kid.
Well, no, because I'm thinking about shears, and I was like, okay, go finish.
So long story short, I end up cutting. It wasn't a bad cut, but it nipped him a little bit. And when the kid seen the blood, he started flipping out even more. Then the parent got upset, and I was like, hey, listen, I told you the way your kid is acting, it probably shouldn't be here for a haircut. But you were insisting on it. I tried my best, and that's just what it was. But that would probably be the most
because like any profession,
they pay it full price.
Oh yeah, they still had to pay. I had another situation one time where I had to kind of reprimand a parent because this kid, his hair was so knotted up and it was so dirty that as I'm cutting through with my clippers, there's literally dust and dead skin and all types of stuff coming out. And the mother tried to be like, oh, I tried to tell him that he needs to be washing his hair. I'm like, ma'am, how old is he again? She's like 3 years old. I was like, it's kind of your responsibility still to be on top of this. You can't expect a 3-year-old to be scrubbing his scalp that way. That's not, don't put that on that kid. He's putting soap and doing whatever he can, but it's really not up to the kid. So that was pretty embarrassing for the mother because I had to let her know you can't.
The evil nigga in me wants to say I already know, but I'm not gonna. You know what? Carry on.
So yeah, those two experiences.
You probably know what my question is, right?
No.
You know,
Just
about that
ask
shit,
it.
dude. Nah,
It's very, come on.
this is sophisticated. No, it's not. Red Solo Talk. This is
Cigar
This
Time.
is Red Solo. Welcome to Red Solo Nation, and this is Cigar Time, where we have sophisticated, classy talk.
So sophisticated that I'm gonna tell a story that you reminded me of when you talk about shears in the kid's ear. First time I'm growing up, and I get my first girlfriend. So I need to do something
good.
I need to do something with this bush.
Which bush? That bush?
That bush down here, the bush downstairs.
Oh, you don't. Yeah.
So
I like where you going
because
with it.
now I got a girlfriend, and I'm trying to get, I'm trying to move around the bases, and I need to
You're conscious.
Yeah, and I'm scared to use clippers because I think it's gonna fuck my shit up. So I say, what I'm gonna opt for? I'm gonna use scissors. So I'm snipping from the top down. The points are down here. I'm in the shower.
Go ahead, come on.
And
Come on.
So for the ladies out there watching, and if you don't know, y'all are all hoes.
I'm pretty sure.
They're all hoes. So
This shows-
you see that testicles are wrinkly, and one of the wrinkle ridges of the testicles, one of the wrinkle ridges makes it into the tip of the scissors.
And
Snip.
yeah, that's happened to me too.
Woo!
It's so when you learn man grooming, I use clippers right now. So Manscaping, I heard they give everybody sponsorships. So one of the ones that I use is by Manscaping, and I have like actual clippers for my man.
You can run that shit on your nuts, and it won't cut it.
When I try to use scissors, I cut myself. When I try to use razors, I've cut myself because the balls they smooth, but they move, and
But your balls are smooth.
It's a baby's bottom.
No, my balls are wrinkly.
Nah, I'm thinking I got big
like-
balls.
You got what, like an 8-ball? Like, what do you mean? Like it's smooth like a billiard ball? Like no wrinkles? Oh, the last time you looked at your nuts?
Today. No, but I
Your
mean,
nuts not have wrinkles?
no. When you're shaving it, when you shave, like because I became very conscious. We all men. You can't go to the shower to your bed to put your clothes on, and then you be like, God damn, I took a shower. What's going on here? Your balls, because it's your pubic area. That the hair holds on to the phone. And you never know when actually. Again, there are some. Do you have the deodorant?
No.
Ball deodorant works. I've gotten compliments. Wow, and I swear to God. Make sure y'all reach out to me. I'm be y'all biggest advocate.
But it doesn't affect the taste? No girls complain about the taste? Like it stays off the shaft?
Oh yeah, because it's your ball area. It's between it's between your thighs. See, this it sounds uncouth, but we really providing some value here.
Giving y'all everyday omniscience.
Like everyday omniscience. Like you gotta understand.
Fuerte!
Woo! It's a lot of friction between your thighs and your balls. Naturally, the friction, the heat, there's gonna be some foam. So what I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? In terms of you never know when opportunity is gonna call. And there's a lot of brave women, and there's a lot of women that sacrifices very well, and I appreciate them for that. But I also want to make sure that when you walk away from this experience, you say, hey man, you know what? Thumbs up, man. Them things smell right on time.
You gotta show me after. It's not your nuts.
Oh,
but the
yeah.
products.
This show is not big. No, but I actually there's no sponsors, and we don't have sponsors yet. I've used the ball deodorant, and let me tell you something, bro. Night and day. And you get it's like burning through. Probably just gotta blow it. No, don't blow on it. It's gonna start the fire. Next cigar time, we will have ashtrays.
I think I'm good.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me know if you start smelling burnt plastic. next scent by.
Well, I don't know. It depends on what you mix it with. Because I ain't gonna lie, it's still there. It's very good, and I think there's a science there. I think he's being funny, but there's a science that's obviously
it's legit.
legit.
I'm gonna spray it on me and like see what my girl says.
Too bad they won't give us affiliate link because it's already sold out.
Oh yeah.
But ball deodorant, guys, if you want a better experience in the spaces where you're getting intimate with your women's, use some ball deodorant. It really does work.
You have a current go-to scent?
There we go. Well, I haven't looked. I've been buying
like
the
a
same.
jupe. Where?
A jupe? Did you say jupe?
That's what it looks like. You look like the type of guy that wears jupe.
It's funny. It's like I don't even know. Like you trying to like play me, like for real. Like it's like because that's like one of my like prior to like yeah. I grew up on jupe, so yes. But I used to love jupe. Fucking guy. But now I'm not gonna feel bad about loving jupe. All niggas know about jupe. That was the strongest cologne you can. That shit's gonna last 2 weeks.
So then, what is your current?
My current cologne, like what I'm spraying on my body. I think I have some.
Like you just get a call right now. You got a hot date. After this, you got a hot date. You take a shower. Where are you gonna spray?
Oh, Creed.
Creed. You have the real Creed?
It's a Creed. It's Creed, but it's not in the biggest bottle.
Damn, but still, Creed is pricey.
And it's worth every dollar.
Which Creed do you have? Aventus?
Aventus.
Damn, the real one. Damn, because that bottle's like $300.
I know. I didn't pay that. But that's Tom Ford, Black Orchid, Creed Aventus is number one. Right? Then Tom Ford, Black Orchid, and then after that, there's East Saint Laurent, shit that you had like a little drip trap, and you blessed me.
Dropper.
Oh my!
Panty dropper.
That's him. That's him. So maybe that's something we can add to these segments is helping men choose their fucking colognes.
SV sprays. You spray something on yourself like right before we recorded that smelled phenomenal, and I was meaning to ask.
I don't give away my smells on.
What?
Yeah. I keep them to myself, but I have a nice rotation.
Okay.
I have a nice little rotation I've been using for a little bit.
You have any favorites though?
He doesn't share.
Yeah. I do.
All right, so just give us a list of your top 5. You gotta tell us which ones. Like,
I don't share my fragrances. That's just something I keep. I get asked all the time.
It's not your Bible verse. It's just
my current go-to right now is Sauvage.
I like Sauvage. I
have Sauvage, the red, and then the Elixir. It's a newer one, I think.
I haven't smelled that.
That's the one I put on before coming here.
When I was
obviously other
in middle school, it was like Perry Ellis.
Yeah. Dior Homme, Fire.
Baccarat.
You know what smells really good? The 1 million, the gold bar.
Paco Blanco.
Yeah, Paco Cabone.
So my dad buys me this for Christmas, right?
The gold bar.
And so I'm looking at my dad because I love you, Dad. So he buys me this sterling silver chain, right? Turns my neck.
What color? Because we're already.
I didn't know we were going racial here. Well, it's so I can't wear silver. So my dad bought me a silver chain. Back then the perception was like if you was rocking silver, you were like, it wasn't that. You got silver on? But the value of silver is different. But back then when I was in middle school and high school, like if you had silver, it was kind of like,
This might actually be stainless steel.
And you can wear it? I can't wear nothing fake. That's why I think
it's real steel.
Even these beads, like I can only wear it for a day because my skin turns. So I can't wear. Only thing I can actually wear is actual gold.
So then he got you the jewelry and the gold.
Well, no, this is a 2-part story. So that Pops he buys me this thing. This shit got ice, and I was like, I'm in 8th grade. There's no way these are diamonds, So, but whatever. I'm not even bougie. I'm just thankful I got this fucking chain that's smacking me in my face when I run and pee while I'm wearing that pee. I got a chain. And then there's a Christmas. We don't buy each other presents. That's like our rule. So my dad gives me this present and I get this fucking gold thing. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then later my brother, like 2-3 years later, my brother is spraying something. I'm like, that shit is fire, bro. What is that? He's like, that's the shit Pop got us. And I was just like, mind you, I don't even know where mine is. Now I'm mad because I'm heated. I was just like, I didn't give it a chance because of a past experience of trauma. And then realizing like, oh, this shit is legit. This is actually a good fucking Paco Rabanne or something. Paco Rabanne. The million. It's legit. I fuck with it.
My brother had it, but I never really tried it, used it. And then I'm in Greece recently in Santorini, and only twice, well, 3 times. But it's very rare that I like actually care to ask someone what their scent, like what it is.
Yeah, right.
And YSL was one, the panty dropper, and then I'm in Santorini, and our server the first night smelled phenomenal. I was like, bro, what are you wearing? And I asked him, and he said, oh, it's 1 million. I said, damn, because you know, especially depends on the person and the environment and everything. And he was explaining to us like how his girl works in fragrances, so she tells him like what to wear, what season.
That's fire.
And he was wearing 1 million. And that shit smelled amazing.
Oh no,
like,
I had a total like reversal. Like
now I want to buy it. Like, I want to see like how does it work on, because everyone's skin, you know, smells different.
You have different, right? Exactly. Well, every time I wore it, it just worked.
You know, there's for me anyways, a lot of times like my philosophies have stories behind them, like especially like with relationships. Like I can always point back to something that happened in like a past relationship that correlates to why I'm a certain way in my future.
Why you think the way you think.
Exactly. Yeah. And so with the scents or whatever, so you have like one of this rule thing where you don't share or whatever. Is there a reason behind it? Is there like any?
Yeah, like a method to like.
Yeah, my scents are personal to me, so it's just one of those things that I kind of keep like. You know, I get asked a lot of times, depending on where I'm at or whatever, what I'm wearing. It's just my thing. Like, women will find out, you know, what I'm wearing if they wake up. They have the privilege of waking up next to me. You know?
But are you scared that if you give up the game, you become lesser in the marketplace?
Oh no! It's just that's just kind of like that's just always been my thing. I don't know. I just never like giving up my smell. You know what I mean? And I might have got it from an uncle or something like that. I remember one time in life I asked somebody like, "Yo, what's that thing you wearing?" Like, psst. You gotta figure it out. I ain't gonna tell him like word. Like, and ever since then I was like, you know, it's like my little trademark.
You don't like to put niggas on game.
I mean,
I was thinking about it.
We all got, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. All the same smells is out there, you know what I'm saying?
That's
but it's like I have my own little personal palette and stuff like that I go through and I rotate and stuff like that.
What made me think of the question was because we were just saying like if the three of us spray the same cologne.
Well, I will say this: you're embarking on an exciting journey, not just being an entrepreneur and a business owner, as somebody who's running his own situation, as being somebody who deals with in the beauty the beauty market. You're now about to start a journey of embarking on creating content as an influencer, so that would be in contradiction to your whole job, your whole role in being a content creator.
Nah, there's certain things that, you know, I speak on and I give people game to, but my smell is my smell.
This is biblical.
Yeah. Like, no, but what made me think of the question was because if the three of us sprayed the same cologne, the three of us are going to smell different.
Oh,
so even if you
because
like,
you guys smelled the burnt hair, and I'm like I'm my biases would be, you know, because of the information that y'all loaded.
Yeah.
I'm like I'm looking for the burnt hair. So the only thing I keep smelling is like I like it.
But you know, you smell the burnt hair at first, but it goes away.
Yeah.
And then it's something else there. But it's gonna smell. It's all three of our arms smell different right now.
My arms smell great. Oh wait, pre burnt hair or post?
No, I'm saying like after spraying, it's gonna smell different.
Yeah, I mean like a statement. I don't know if it was getting racial.
No, what? You're so sensitive.
I'm playing with you.
Yeah, I be watching Red Solo Talk back, and this motherfucker, harp on the race.
It's an inside joke because he. I
don't believe in racism.
I've been cured of certain things, so it's like, it's funny to me to like be like, that's racist.
Yeah,
matter of fact, the last
Italian
year,
voice.
Oh yeah. Most recently, in our last one, you were making like this anecdote or joke about the black guy who did steal the car.
Oh yeah,
I was being super PC, and I'm sitting there, and I was like, the old me would have been like, "That's racist," but it wasn't. It was funny. This is not a political show. We don't touch on these topics. It's simply this show is about sharing culture and sharing
ideas
and insider secrets to like the luxuries of like I want to say it's Manscaping.
Mm-hmm.
I dropped your name, man. Y'all come look us up. Manscaping as a useful tool to the experiences being a man.
I'm gonna try that because I'm so scared to put clippers to my nuts.
Well, it's clippers, and then they have actual ball deodorant, and they have like other like treatments to make your balls moist, and it's a lot of shit. I've forgotten a lot of
You know what I don't like? Getting my nuts sucked.
Okay, so we go on OnlyFans. Let's go for it. Let's go all the way there.
Dude,
we did it.
You're right. Let's stay away from
you know what? Can I be honest?
Yes.
I'm an anomaly. That's right. I'm gonna come out here on this show today. Now.
How many fingers?
Content. How many fingers? I got 10 of them.
No, I thought it was true.
Okay. And I decided that I'm gonna speak my truth no matter what. Here's the scenarios. I've never had good head, or I don't like head, but head falls second to actual sex to me.
Well, I mean, it's always gonna fall second.
Nah, I've talked to like dudes and they be like, head is everything. I'd be like, I've just never had really good head then.
I mean, if we're gonna go there, the best way to enjoy head is 69.
See, I'm with you right there. That is the, but is it the act of? It's yeah. It has to be that. It's the actual act, the stimulant of exchange, reciprocation.
Maybe, but it could also be the angle.
Because what I see physics. I never thought about
exactly.
that.
And it depends like how your shit curves. If it curves, and so if it curves like if it curves like this. Then 69 might.
I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm so real. Like I wish I had a curvy, but I have a straighty. Yeah,
pencil.
Yeah, but it's like one of them like retarded pencils that they give you at school when you can't write. Like not a number 2, nigga, the dumb pencil. Jeez, because I see what you doing. No sir, no sir. What's the thing? What's the thing?
Oh, the rule of L.
The rule of L. No sir, I'm 5'5".
Oh, so now you know you're high.
Bomb drop.
You've heard of the rule of L? So the rule of L is
talking to Mike, bro.
If you're the rule of L. So if you're tall, you gotta see the fingers. If you're tall, it looks small, but if you're short, it looks long.
So tall guys got little wee wees, and short niggas got all.
There is not nothing against
tall niggas.
No, nothing against nothing against your sexual preference.
Yeah,
there is, but me, it's a spectrum. I'm very, very, very in the heterosexual end of the spectrum.
Okay, me too.
But I want to see Shaquille O'Neal's dick
to see if it adds up to that theory.
Yeah, and I had a coworker 7 feet tall that I would see in person, like shake his hand. I'm just like,
and deep inside your mind,
I just want to know
how big is his penis?
It's like, fuck, I want to know.
There's nothing gay about that. No, man.
It's the scientist. It's the scientist. So
there's nothing gay about that, man.
So you agree?
Nah, I don't really think about other niggas' dicks. But I support your enthusiasm. Your enthusiasm for education. I
just think like if
you know what,
if they're the same, if him and I have the same, it's gonna look tiny on him. That's just like perspective.
It is perspective, but I'll tell you too.
It's Einstein's theory of relativity.
100%. It's science, But I would also say that there are women out there that you know, and maybe those, you know, are the ones I need to be seeking for.
What do they call it? The 9,000 or something like that?
You gotta stop watching the internet, bro. Stay the fuck off the internet, bro. The glucks. But what I've found is that women like this. We have an obsession with like the size, and what I've heard in various, you know, from various people from the other side, opposite sex, say like, you like, to be honest with you, like, this what we see in porn fucks us up, you know, because we think that's like real sex, and we think that it's like real life, you know, and you know, I'm a man didn't go from the waist down, but there's niggas on the internet. That's right. That's what I do. You know, I just want to let niggas know, not what women know, not niggas know. Can't just turn the show off. And this has been an episode of but I just want people to know, women to know, that I am ending over the waist down. But if you watch certain, you
Find
know,
out for yourself. OnlyFans, link down below.
certain genres, you know, that's TV, baby. That's TV. That's TV. And that's all right. All right. That's right. Right. You guys are with me.
They're very emotional.
These niggas ain't with me. And for another sophisticated conversation, we don't know how to do nothing flossy, baby.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Fuck porn.
I'll say my final thoughts. Anything else on your mind before final thoughts?
Anything y'all want to introduce or offer? Floor is yours.
Anything on your mind? Anything?
Not make moves, hustle hard, live life.
All right, so final thoughts. I'll say Cigar Time.
Cigar Time. Red Solo Nation.
We can smoke cigars anywhere. I could have smoked these cigars in my house. I could have drank whiskey at my house.
100%.
We all don't have to be here, but we chose to be here.
Chose to be. It's a decision.
It's a decision, and we'll never get this time back. So I just want to appreciate
you. I appreciate you guys.
Just exercising our brains, exercising our tongues. Well, no, pause.
I'm not gonna lie. Like legit, you my nigga.
But just you know.
You know what? Let's get out of our toxic masculinity.
Yeah, so I'm just saying.
You know what?
The fact that we're here together means something. Means that, you know,
100%.
I appreciate the fact that we can spend this time together, get to know each other better, record our hangouts. And yeah, I look forward to enjoying another cigar.
Give yourself a motherfucking bomb.
I look forward to enjoying another cigar, another conversation. And,
another cigar time.
And, you know, every recording, every time we do this is just another symbol of growth and becoming wiser. And I'm always excited to continue on this journey of everyday omniscience.
You know,
El Fuerte.
He's that guy for real. You know, I wanna just I wanna appreciate your sentiment about that. Absolutely. You know, what we doing, you know, at this point, you know, we're not worried about the external perspective right now. We just worried about making organic, really cool content between guys that may share opinions, may not share opinions. It's just the fact that we have the actual ability to sit here. You know, I think about, you know, all the losses that I went through and how many times I wish I would have had one recorded conversation with my grandmother, one recorded conversation with my grandmother, one recorded conversation with my you know, my aunt, you know, just so I can have, you know, some kind of, you know, ability to go back to that time, you know. So after that experience, I wanted to make sure that I can go back and look at these experiences and say, man, I remember when I was like that, and I remember when I thought like that, and I enjoy this experience very much. So, you know, it's you know, I make jokes about, you know, the content process, and we need to make it very, you know, we need to make shit that's gonna trigger the algorithm. But to be real with you, I'm gonna be able to play this for my kids, and my kids at one day gonna be like, yo, Pops was an ill nigga. You know. So, you know, this is the family movies, you know, at some point.
Exactly. It's our version of home videos.
It's home videos, you know what I'm saying? So I want to appreciate you, man. I appreciate the effort and showing up, man. Real shit.
Final thoughts? All right. And with that, it's been the very first official
Cigar Time
on Red Solo Nation. So check us out on Red Solo Talk. Check us out on Cigar Time. Check us out everywhere, anywhere. Links down below. Until next time, it's been the co-host.
You heard? And the host that knows the most.
Manny. El Fuerte. And special guest SV in the house. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Thanks for comment, subscribe down below. Until next time, bye.